Okay, in this video we're going to talk about some of the optional settings that you have that determine how your IDX search functions, where the emails go, and just different settings that you've got access to. So click on your IDX settings, and first we'll start with general. First off, we want to know what your primary domain name is. Typically that's already going to be set up for you, so you won't have to put that in there. Next, you've got your primary email. When the system sends out emails, whether it be a client that signs up for a Realty Watcher or requests an appointment or more information about a property, where do you want that email to be sent? So that's always going to be your own email typically. You can also have secondary emails if you've got a partner or an assistant. You can put multiple emails in here. Remember, if you put more than one, you want to separate it with a semicolon. Now, you can also decide whether or not you want to be carbon copied on the automatic notifications. So, if somebody comes to your website and they sign up for automatic notifications, they're going to get a copy. Let's say they signed up and decided they want automatic notifications every day for a particular search criteria. Would you like to be copied on that? Yes or no? So basically, if you don't want to get a copy of those emails, no problem, just say no. I'd probably start out with no, because it can get overwhelming if you're receiving all your emails and you're also receiving a copy of all the emails that your clients get. Because remember, you can always come in here to the Clients tab and look and see what they've been getting. So typically I'll start off with a no there, otherwise you might be getting too many emails. But know that either way you can come back and change it. Put in your phone number there. Here you can change the password for logging into the control panel here. Now, these numbers correspond to your MLS office number and your agent number. Those are things that we would have to change internally, so just contact customer support if for some reason your agent number changes. Now, you also have the option of choosing, would you like to use Google Map or Virtual Earth when someone uses your map search. So for instance, here is your map search. The most popular is Google Map, but if you'd like, you can certainly click to Virtual Earth. You can use that, and if you don't like it, you can come back, use Google, go either way. The next one is, with your search page, which is the default? Is it going to be the advanced search or the map search? So when somebody clicks on property search, they're going to get one or the other. If it's interactive map is the default, they would come here first. If advanced search is the default, they would come here first. I always suggest coming here to the advanced search. I like leaving that as the default. That way they can really get granular and decide what things they need to search for and what's of interest. The map search is great, but I like to have the default to be advanced search. Now, when somebody uses the map search, what would you like the default location to be and the zoom level? So for instance, on the interactive map, if I want the zoom level to be in town right here, all I have to do is come here and use the map utility, and I can zoom in and adjust the map. It's going to be the center of wherever this guy is here, so just double click until you get it right where you want it. And let's say I want that. All I have to do is say set map location, close window, and these coordinates will tell the map to default to that location, so that the next person that brings this up, it's going to be zoomed in right into town there. I think I'm cached here, but let's actually, yeah. Let's see, property search, interactive map. I think even if I refresh, I think I'm. Oh, there we go. No, I believe I'm cached there. But take my word for it, that does work. Sorry about that. Top producer username. If you would like your leads to automatically go into Top Producer if you use it, go ahead and contact our sales department and they can hook you up with that. Now, client capture. Client capture is this piece right here. And what it means is that when somebody comes to your website, if it's the first time they've been to your website, they would need to fill out a little bit of information, their name and their email, and optionally their phone number, before they would be able to use your IDX search. Now, for myself, it's not my favorite. I feel like it's a gate when visitors come to the website. It feels like you've put a stop up before they're able to search. But we leave that up to you. If it's something that you want to do, it's certainly there and available, and you get to decide. So if I would like to say, I can either have it off or I can say on. And what this means here, initial email only, means that when they sign up, you'll get an email notifying you that someone has just signed up for client capture and is using your website. The next one is you get an email once per user per day. So every time if that user were to come back the next day and the next day and do some searches, you would get an email showing you what they had searched for. And then the other one really cranks it up. Every time they do a search, you get an email. And I can tell you this one is a little much. You get a lot of emails in your inbox, and most people elect to turn that off. But I always like to start with off because I don't want to put a roadblock up for the client. And we can also make the sign up optional or required. So you could have the sign up there but make it be optional. Now we can also make it so that you can't even view the featured listings. So we have your featured listings page here. Right now it's open, so you can view all the featured listings without having to sign up. You could put client capture on so that they would have to sign up with client capture before they could even view those featured listings. And you could also make the phone number required. You can see in this version the phone number is not required, but name and email are. And you could change that so the phone number was also required. My favorite is to just have it off, nothing required. Now, but hypothetically, let's say that you did want it on and you didn't like this terminology. Maybe you'd like that to say something else. If you'd like. Now, as long as there's nothing in here, it just goes to this default text. If you put anything in there, then it takes that text out and puts the new text in. So anyway, that's how you change that. Now, also with this system, you are emailed a dashboard email that just gives you an overview similar to what your dashboard is saying here. How many clients have come to your website in the last day, week, whatever you choose. So let's go back to IDX settings. So you get to choose whether or not the system sends you anything at all. You could say don't send and it won't send you anything. Or you could say daily, every other day, once a week, every other week, monthly. And you determine how often that you would get those dashboard emails. Now those are emails that go directly to you, and it just gives you an overview of what's going on with your IDX search. Disable client tracking for office members so that if there are other people in your office that are using your IDX, that you could disallow the system from counting them. Let's see, show addresses. If for some reason you wouldn't want your the addresses of the properties to be shown, like we've got here, then you just say no to that one. Paginate listing detail. Basically what that means is if you were to allow pagination, then as they're viewing this particular listing on this listing detail page, over here on the right hand side there would be a next, 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 and allow them to go from listing to listing without having to go back to the search page. For now I'm just going to leave that at no. And the next one, and this is again user preference, is, do you want the reCAPTCHA on or not? I'll show you what a reCAPTCHA is. Let's say we're going to request more information. The reCAPTCHA is this little guy right here, where, and you've seen them all over the web, we have to fill that out before it allows us to send this email. And so you can turn those off by saying no. And then after you've made these choices, you hit Save Site Settings, and you can always come back and change one of the settings, and again you have to say Save Site Settings. Now, let me go on to branding. The branding for your IDX is right here. We have it top and bottom of all pages within the IDX, and well, I guess top for this. In the search pages, we'll just do a quick search. Go to the results. There we have your face, phone number, email on the top and also on the bottom. If you want to change some of this information, it's real simple. You just come to the branding tab, and from here you can delete this logo if you like. You could browse and upload a new logo, although you want to make sure that you size it properly before you put it up. Same thing with your agent name, phone number. Maybe you've got a secondary phone. Maybe you want to put an office phone and a cell phone. You put your email in here. You can upload your photo, and then you can have a secondary agent if you work with a partner. And so pretty straightforward there. Anything you change here is reflected in your branding. Search preferences. You get to decide what shows. So you can turn some of the options off, like if you didn't want to allow people to sort, you could just turn those off. Also, if you would like things in slightly different order, so for instance, you deal in commercial more than you do residential, you could drag that to the top, actually get it up there, and then hit save, and same with some of the advanced options. You really get to adjust those the way you want, and then they would be reflected on the property search page. If I would have saved that, commercial would have been up to the top, and again we can arrange this any way we like. And so that is what the search preferences are. Featured listings. Now by default we show all of your listings, but on your featured listings page and in your featured listings rotator. But if you'd like to adjust that, you could refine the criteria so that only your homes above 200,000 or 300,000 or whatever criteria you would like to set would show in your featured listings rotator and also your featured listings page. You can also just decide you want specific MLS numbers to show up, specific listings. And then you can decide if you want your featured listings rotator to be rotating, or each time the page is reloaded there's just one specific listing that sits there. So lots of options here, pretty straightforward. The custom link generator, this allows you to generate specific links that you could either embed on your page somewhere or send to somebody if you wanted, or embed on someone else's page. So here's how you would do it. Basically give this a name, so let's say homes above 300K, show featured listings only. So that option is, do you want only your listings or do you want all listings in the MLS? So I'm going to take all listings in the MLS, and then I'm going to say residential homes 300 and above, and maybe this is just going to be for one city, and then I'm just going to save that. I could have done any criteria I want. Now that is the link that if someone were to click on, and I'll just put it in the browser here, it's going to pull search results for homes only above 300,000. I could have also done a specific sort if I wanted. So really, you can create any custom link you want. If you wanted to create a specific link generator, so a link rotator, or excuse me, the anyway, a custom link or a custom listings generator or listings rotator rather. There we go. Sorry about that. that here's one I created based on various criteria that I chose. Then this little code here it would be embedded into your website. You could embed that into a business partner's website or somebody who's trading links with you, so that your featured listings rotator, which looks something like this, would show up on either your website on a different page, or you could send that link to somebody and they could put that on their own website. So you could have that all over the web, and with different listings. Those don't only have to be your listings. They could be any listings, and they would all drive people back to your website. So that's custom link generator. Response emails. So you can customize the emails that go out. So if someone were to sign up for Realty Watcher, which are the automatic notifications, you can customize the email that goes out to them, and you can see there's some special fields here if you wanted to embed their name, your phone number and such. You can do that here. In fact, that's where specifically that phone number that was in the setup, that's where it would be used. We'd go something like this, and that way you wouldn't have to come back here. You could just, anything that's over here in the general settings that happens to be your phone number and your setup information, like your domain name, would automatically be used in this email. So you can basically customize these, and the best way to customize these emails is just to get in here and play, and then pretend like you're one of the users or the clients, and you can see what emails are being sent to them and what emails are being sent to you. This is for client capture if you decide to use that. And again, client capture is this piece here. When someone was to sign up for this, the email that got generated and sent to them as a thank you, you could create that here. And that is the IDX setting in a nutshell. The last one is virtual tours. If your MLS allows you to have virtual tours in the IDX feed, you could do that here. So you can click here to add a virtual tour, and it's something that you'd have to have a virtual tour, some sort of third-party virtual tour service, but then you could easily come in here and say, choose your MLS number, decide what width and height they were, give it the link, and say save, and that virtual tour would be added to that listing on your website. And that's kind of a broad overview of all of the different IDX settings that are available to you.